So let's talk about the essay and why you lit up a joint.
Well, the essay itself was an assignment for my English class. We were supposed to write a persuasive essay on, any topic we wanted to. And generally, people picked pretty controversial ones just because, it stemmed conversation and it's something that's enjoyable to write about. And I choose legalizing marijuana. And, I've been thinking about lighting up a joint during my speech, and I decided to do that long before, I'd ever given my speech. And, I thought about the consequences. I asked teachers, and so I knew what was going to happen. But it was a sacrifice I was willing to make, to get my point across. It's not so much that my presentation was about legalizing marijuana. It was more about standing up for something you believe in. So, whether you agree with me or not about whether marijuana should be legal, people need to see and respect the fact that, I stood on principle and I stood up for something that I believed in.
How do you feel about getting arrested?
Well, like I said, I'd taken that into account before I did it. So, I knew that was going to happen. It wasn't a surprise to me. And the strange thing with our legal system is that it was actually much better for me to do it on school grounds and to do it while I'm under 18 because, I'd go through this drug counseling program, and then as soon as I'm 18, the charge get wiped. So, that's not too big of a deal. Obviously getting arrested always is, but, in terms of if there's a better time to do it, it would have been right then.
Now I don't know if you've noticed, but your name and what you did is being mentioned on pro-marijuana blogs all over the internet, all over the world. Have you seen those?
Yeah, I've actually been on a lot of the internet websites, and even just on articles that that you guys wrote or on other news stations, just in reading the comments and commenting myself. And I think it's really cool that I'm getting such widespread attention. And I'm not saying that to be selfish, saying, oh yeah, I want to be famous or anything like that. It's good that this topic is getting more attention now. And that because of my actions, more people are going to read the essay and become aware of, legalizing marijuana.
How do your parents feel about this?
Well, they're obviously not very happy. No parent would be. They're not a bunch of drug addicts or anything, so, they don't support it, but they understand that, I stood up for what I believed in, and that, that's what this country really was founded on, was breaking rules that people felt were unjust. So, I don't know. Of course they don't like it, but they understand my reasoning behind it.
And so let's talk again about school. What happens from here as far as school? You've been expelled now?
Yeah, right. So for now, I'm technically no longer a member of Peninsula High School. But as I said, I have that hearing on Monday, which hopefully will change that. And the good thing about it being reduced to a suspension, well, one is that I don't have to switch schools and go out of district. But also the suspension is excused absences, so I can just get all my work sent to me at home and take my finals and everything, and it won't affect my GPA.
And you're a senior next year, right?
Right.
Okay. When do you turn 18?
February next year.
Okay. So, looking back at what's happened in the last few days since this happened, if you had to do it over again, would you?
I just had another interview, and I was asked the same question, and, to them I said yes, I would do nothing different except maybe get rid of that little tiny bit of marijuana that they caught me on. So, and then just avoid the charges altogether.
Okay, Ian, that's all I have, unless you want to add something.
If I could just say, this is more to you, I don't care if it's in the article, but just bear in mind when you write whatever you are, that my punishment isn't set in stone, and what you write may have an effect on that. So if you could just keep that in mind as you write.
Okay, well, hang on a second.